Hello, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the positive feedback I got for my first video. I really appreciate it. I know there was some like audio things that I need to work on and also some mispronunciations of things, but I really appreciate all the love and the tips, and I'm definitely gonna be working on that. So today I'm gonna be doing a get ready with me to basically go nowhere. I have a couple of things that I wanted to try out that I got from Sephora, and so I already moisturized with the Belif Aqua Bomb. So now I'm just gonna start priming, and before I do that, actually I'm gonna be using the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. I usually use this because I'm pretty dry skin and I like putting oil on my face. It just helps me keep moisturized. So I'm just gonna apply this. So I'm just gonna apply a couple of drops right there on my chin. For some reason around here I get super dry skin, so I'm just gonna rub it in with my fingers. I don't really use a sponge. I feel like the sponge will just kind of soak everything up, so I just use my fingers. I'm going to be using it's Thomas Roth Skin to Die For No Filter Mattifying Primer and Complexion Perfector. Well, it's not really mattifying actually. I feel like it's very hydrating. That's why I really liked it. I think it's really cool how companies that usually do just skincare do like primers, because I feel like since they know about skincare, their primers are gonna be really good, you know? I've tried so many primers. I feel like I've never found the one that I have bought over and over again. I've bought like moisturizing oils over and over again, but I've never like thought about, oh, I love this so much, I'm gonna buy it again. Like I've never had a primer that did that. So hopefully this is my new baby. So I'm just gonna be applying where I have pores, obviously. I had bigger pores on my nose, so I make sure always to hit that. Yeah, this doesn't feel matte. Like when I used the sample, it didn't feel mattifying at all. It felt super like hydrating. It didn't feel like it was drying me out, so I really liked it. So I'm just gonna rub this all over the skin, on my chin, and on my forehead. And I'm sorry if I smack my lips a lot. Sometimes when I talk, I have my elastics in, and when I talk, like, there's excess, not to gross you guys out, there's excess saliva. So they actually told me I was supposed to get my braces off at the end of March, but since everything that's been going on, they pushed it back to April, and then obviously with the stay-at-home order extended, we had to push it back until June. So I'm stuck with these braces until June. Hopefully June. It might be pushed back further. You never know what's going on. So next I'm going to be color correcting. I have darkness here and on my chin, and I have a little acne scars that I like to cover up. I also have pretty dark circles under my eyes, so I like to color correct with an orange concealer. And this is the LA Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer. This is really affordable. I know you can get it from Ulta, and I got this from, where did I get this from? Oh, I got this from this little shop in Rockford, where they sell like a bunch of random things. They sell like weaves and like nail stuff and like a whole bunch of stuff. And then they had these concealers, and they were really cheap. They were like $2, so I got like 2 of them. At Ulta, they're a little bit more now since like they got popular. But yeah, this is how much I put. I know it looks a little crazy, and I'm gonna blend it in with the Beauty Blender. Just blend it in, nothing too crazy. So I still look orange, of course, but I'm going to be adding a concealer over it. It is the Tarte Shape Tape Contour and Conceal Heavy Duty Concealer, or Double Duty, I'm sorry. And it is, I am color 29N Light Medium. I really like this concealer. This is probably like my second tube I've gotten of this, so I really like it. So I'm just gonna put a little bit right where I put all that orange concealing, and I'm gonna blend that in. So I usually like to start with the eyes. I find it a little easier for me because if I'm using like eyeshadow that's pretty glittery and I have already my foundation on and everything, it's gonna fall onto like on the rest of my face. I mean, eventually it's gonna like have a little bit of fallout, which I don't mind. But usually when I do my eyeshadow after foundation and concealer and everything, I have a lot of fallout all here. And I am going to prime my lids with the same concealer. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my eyelids. Use my beauty blender to blend that in. You guys, I heard TJ Maxx is opening Monday. I don't know if that's true or not, but I hope that includes Home Goods because it has been a hot minute since I've been. But I can only imagine how chaotic the first couple days are gonna be. You know, people get excited. But I know like all the Easter stuff is gonna be on sale since that time already passed. I heard a rumor that they keep getting shipments, but obviously, you know, they can't. People aren't allowed in or anything, but that they're still receiving shipments. I'm like, oh, I don't wonder if that's true. I actually still have my Christmas wreath still on my door, which is so funny because it's definitely not winter anymore. But I'm trying to decide what palette to use. I think I'm gonna use the Amrezy palette. Isn't she so pretty? I think I'll be using New Yorker. Oh, that's funny. OG, oh, Gemini. I might use Gemini. I usually use my fingers for the really glittery eyeshadows. I think these are, what were they called? Like pressed pigments. I might do, yeah, I'll do New Yorker, OG, and Gemini. Hopefully it doesn't get too, I don't get too messy with it. I prime my eyelids with the concealer. I'm going to be going in with the eyeshadow, and I have my Q-tips ready for me to clean up the edges. So it can get pretty messy, so I like to go in with the Q-tips to, you know, clean up make the edges a little bit more sharp here. So I'm gonna start with OG, and I'm just gonna be putting that in my crease. And I also like to use kind of like a slanted edge if I can find one. And I'm gonna really scoot it. Sometimes this can be hard for me because I have slightly hooded eyes. So I have to make sure when I open my eyes, you can at least see a little bit of the shadow. So it's still the same color, OG. And I'm just kind of pressing it in, but also kind of dragging it across the crease. And obviously that line looks pretty harsh, but we'll fix that. I'm gonna put a little bit more because it looks like it's skipped a little bit in the skin. I love Anastasia shadows, I swear. I love, like, every time I get one of her palettes, I'm never disappointed. So now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. I'm not the best at makeup, but I try. And having slightly hooded eyes suck, but we try to make it work here. It got messy right here, but we'll clean that up with concealer. What have you guys been doing during quarantine? I have been reading, cleaning, walking when I'm not feeling lazy, listening to music, napping, online shopping. And I've also been selling like my stuff. This is looking a little messy. Let's see. Okay, don't worry. We'll clean this eye up because I got this right here, and this line doesn't really look that sharp, but that's okay. Okay, now I'm gonna use like a smaller, tiny brush so I can maybe use some of this dark brown shade. It is called 1988. The outer V, just the tiniest amount, because then it can look like, if I'm not careful, it looks like I got a black eye. So, and having hooded eyes doesn't help, so I try to keep my eye open because that's how it's gonna look while I'm doing this, and I'll just put that in the crease, and I'll kind of use my finger to kind of like drag it out a little bit. Yeah, just the tiniest amount, that's fine. You can barely tell, but. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. So I actually go back to work Monday. I am a dental assistant. I'm a little nervous, but for now we're only seeing emergencies, which makes me feel a little bit better. And I just feel a little, you know, apprehensive about work right now, but I'm excited to be back. I feel like being home was getting a little old. I'm gonna miss it though, obviously. Like when I'm working like full-time again, I'm gonna be like, oh, I miss just being home. And you can never be happy with what we have, huh? All right, so this is looking a little messy. This looks the way I want it to, but we can just clean this up when we're putting on the foundation and everything. So I'm gonna apply a little bit more of OG to kind of make that line a little bit sharper. And I'm gonna be using the same thing I did on the other eye. That's as good as it's gonna get. All right. I'm gonna do Gemini on the lid. It's so pretty, but I'm wondering if I should use a glitter stay. This is for pressed pigments. But I didn't really like this one, but it's the only one I have, so I might just use it. I usually just use my finger for this. I might not be the best way to do this, but I'm just gonna put a tiny bit, and then I'm gonna put a little bit on my eyelids. Because of the hooded eyelids, sometimes the glitter can get like all the way up here, and I don't like that. So hopefully this will help make it stay. It looks like chunky, so I'm gonna try to kind of tap it in. Maybe I should do one by one because this stuff is pretty tacky. Okay, yeah. So I usually just use my finger for pressed pigments. Yeah, I'm just gonna use my finger. It's, oh my God. It's so pretty. All right. Hopefully this doesn't get everywhere. And press that in. Oh, that's pretty. Yep, so it's already getting in my crease. I should have waited for it to dry. So I'm just gonna spray it. Hopefully that'll kind of help it dry. Well, this is as good as it's gonna get. And I'm gonna just be doing the same thing to the other eye. Now same thing, I'm gonna be using, so pretty, so messy. Oh well, if you don't have slightly hooded eyes, you're blessed. Cause eyeshadow can be hard sometimes. And don't get me started on that eyeliner. I don't know if I'm gonna do eyeliner, I don't think I'm brave enough today. So I usually do my eyebrows before foundation, but since my eyebrows, I have not done my eyebrows since, I don't even remember when's the last time I did my eyebrows. I've been trying my hardest not to touch them, but the hair is pretty long. So I'm gonna start with the foundation now. So I use the Lancome Ultra Wear foundation. And it also has sunscreen in it, which is good. SPF of 15. I am in the color 300 BISW. It's kind of not really my color anymore. This was kind of like my winter color. I feel like I'm not the same shade anymore, so bear with me. I'm gonna do my best to try to blend it into the skin so it doesn't look off. So I'm just gonna put a couple squirts right here. I use my hand, and I'm gonna be using the Iconics illuminator that I got in my BoxyCharm, which I really loved. I'm just gonna put a little bit in the foundation. It makes it look really pretty. And then I'll be taking a foundation brush and blending it into the skin You guys, I'm so sorry. In the middle of filming, my camera got super hot and I had to cool down, but I applied the foundation with the foundation brush and now I'm gonna pounce it out with a beauty blender, okay? So I'm just gonna be using the kind of, it's actually kind of cold out right now. I think it's like a high of 40 something in May. But I don't know why I keep acting surprised. I've lived in Illinois all my life and I don't know why I act surprised when the weather isn't the way it's supposed to be. So I like to blend this up into my hairline so it doesn't look white here, and then there's, you know, foundation right there. Okay, so we are done with the beauty blender for now. The glitter is in my crease, but what are we gonna do? It's fine, everything's fine. I like to do that because I crease right here, so I make sure to blow out right there. I'm done with that. And now I'm scared that the camera's gonna shut off because it's too hot. So I'm gonna try to hurry now. Let's start with some concealer and bronzing so we can finish up the eyes. So now I'm going to be concealing underneath the eye. And a little bit here, a little bit there, and a little bit there. And I'm going to spray. So I'm gonna look up. Or maybe I shouldn't have done that because now I know that glitter is gonna get into the eyeshadow for sure, but I feel like sometimes you can hide your mess of an eyeshadow with some really pretty eyelashes. So hopefully that's what happens today. I'm gonna blend this out here on the chin, chinny chin, chin, and the nose. If you guys have any ideas of what you'd like to see, if you guys are curious about something, like, you guys should give me ideas because that would really help me out too. I'm going to be applying powder. I like to use the Dermablend Professional Loose Setting Powder. I know you can get this at Ulta. You just have to be kind of careful with it because sometimes, not really, but sometimes if you bake for too long with this, it can give you flashback, and that's something you don't want. So I'm just gonna apply this underneath my eye. I'm gonna look up. Same thing on the other side, of course. Look up. Yeah, now you're looking real crazy. And I like to put some on my chin, just a little bit, and I blow out my cheeks. And I also like to put some on my edges here, and I blend these out right away. I don't let this bake. So after kind of putting it in, I'll tap it in right away. And I always make sure to go all the way here, so I put foundation here too, so it's blended with the ears as well. So while this is baking, I'm going to be applying bronzer. The bronzer I like to use, which I have bought over and over again, and this one is actually, I think my sister gave this to me. This is the Hoola Benefit bronzer. It's like the little mini one. I really like this. I really like this bronzer. So I'm just gonna be using this Morphe brush. I don't know the name of it, I'm sorry. I must have rubbed off or it didn't even come with a name, but I'm gonna be using the Morphe brush. I'm gonna take some of that bronzer and I'm gonna start to kind of carve out these cheeks. Now I'm gonna go to the other side. And I blend it all the way up to the hairline again, so it can kind of be blended and you don't see any weird white spots. Why is there like fuzz all over my hair? You can kind of hide some of that double chin. Just a little bit. Usually, if I'm not careful, it looks too harsh. So I just try to do a little bit right there. I'm gonna be taking off the under eye powder, okay? I just use like a small little brush that can easily kind of fit into that eye area. Just gonna look up, gonna kind of press it in and then like sweep it off at the same time. So right there, the eyeshadow was disturbed, but we can go back in with the eyeshadow. I don't really know how to contour my nose, so I kind of just leave it alone. Maybe that's a skill I can pick up later. I'm gonna be using some of that OG eyeshadow to kind of fix that little spot that I must have accidentally erased with the concealer. Alright. Nice. So I'm gonna give the camera a little break. So, lashes on, eyeliner on, kind of. I really struggle with my eyeliner still. So now I just have to do highlight and lipstick. I'm probably gonna do the same color I always do. Oh, and for the lashes, I used VLUXE lashes by Melissa in the style Gemini. If you guys haven't checked out her lashes, you guys need to, because they're super affordable and they're like super pretty. So last step is pretty easy. It's just highlighter and liquid lip. So for highlight, I'm gonna be using some of these drops, just a little bit, and then for the powder, I'm looking for it, sorry, the Amrezy highlighter. Just gonna be using a little bit of those drops first, right where you would apply the highlighter. Just a little bit, I don't want it to get everywhere. Good, and then a little bit on the other side. Oops, that's too much. Spread that, and then a little bit on the nose. Do you guys do nose highlight? I like nose highlight. I like it. And I'm gonna use like kind of the clean side, the more pinky side of the beauty blender to kind of blend that out. And I like to use my fingers to like, so it can like melt in. I don't know. I feel like the warmth from your fingers kind of helps like to melt in some of the makeup sometimes. Okay, and now I'm just gonna be going in with some of that powder. If you guys can't tell, I love Amrezy. I have her palette and then I'm using her highlighter. This is the color that I'll use in the inner corner of the eye. Alright, so I think this is as good as it's gonna get. Like I said, when you're using really big lashes, sometimes it can hide the mess of your eyeshadow. I'm gonna be taking off all the foundation and stuff that gets on the lips. And I'm gonna be putting some Carmex on. So I think I'm gonna go with Stila, the Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick in Fia. I think it's Fia, but I like to say Fia. It's F-I-A. And it's kind of like a mauve-y nude purple color. Actually, let me use a lip liner real quick. Just a little bit. I usually don't put it all over, or just put it right here. Is Spice, and now I'll be using Fia, or Fia, however you say it. Oh. So that's pretty much it, it, you guys. I just sprayed some of this Mario Badescu skincare facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. You guys, let me show you guys the aftermath of this. Hold on. Look at that. Like, why do I gotta be so messy? I appreciate all the feedback that I got from my last video. It really helped me. It's going to help me when I edit this video. So I want to make sure that little by little, like each video is a little bit more improved, a little bit more and more. This nose highlight looks a little crazy. Oh my god, I might have to take some of that off. And if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below about, I don't know, anything. And I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm not too sure what's gonna be the next video, but I'll let you guys know. And thank you so much if you were here all the way until the end. I appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.